Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. So, has it ever happened to you that you have a plan, you've got an agenda, you know how things are supposed to work out for the day, but then, somebody like, maybe God thinks things should go differently, and he sets into motion his own plan? Has that ever happened to you? Yeah, it happened to me this week, and it was really, really cool. I sat down. I don't remember what day, that doesn't matter, but I sat down to do Bible study, and this was for my precept class, and you kind of look for about an hour of time that you can really focus on it because it takes about that long to do a lesson. So I had this hour of time, and I sat down to do my work, and I was really glad that I had found that hour of time. And I'm not kidding. I sat down, opened up my folder, and then, that door right back there opened up. And in walks a friend of my daughter's. And I thought, that's interesting. And so I said hello to her, and she had kind of a down face. She says, "Can I talk to you for a little bit?" I'm like, "Well, of course you can." And so she came and she sat down here at the table with me. And she really just poured her heart out. And she's going through some rough stuff with her family, with her boyfriend, and with just friends in general. And, this is a young lady. She comes from a Hindu background, and really, she doesn't even have faith in that stuff. She's just kind of alone and lost and feeling unloved, and it's not good. And of course, she knows very clearly the Christian background that I have and that my daughter Elizabeth has, because she and Elizabeth are practically best buddies. And so I sat and I listened to her, and I prayed and I asked God, please, would you give me wisdom so that I can respond to her well? And at the end of the conversation, I talked to her about my faith in the Lord, and I told her about how much he loves me and how much he loves her. And I prayed with her, and she didn't come to Christ that day. I pray still that someday she will. But what happened that day was so amazing. She just walked through the door. That took a lot of courage for her to do, to come over to see Mrs. Hossink unannounced. She came over, and I listened, and I prayed, and we prayed. And I really believe that God was at the heart of that. And by the way, later in the day, I got the Bible study done. That was all fun. But what I realized as this young lady was walking out my door to go work on her classes for college, I realized this, that sometimes God gives us time to study his word. And other times, he gives us time to live it out. And I was so thankful for that. And so I want to ask you, do you think today you can look at interruptions? Do you think you can look at unplanned things as coming from him? I pray that he will give you eyes to see those things. The Bible says, many are the plans of a woman's heart. Okay, the Bible says a man's heart. I said a woman's heart. Many are the plans of a man's heart, but it is the Lord's way that will prevail. And his way is always the best one. So go out today, have a wonderful, Jesus-full day, and look for those opportunities to follow his plan.